He's reaching into his pocket. Officers, I think he has a weapon. Marcus Thompson's delivery scanner clattered onto wet concrete. 4:47 p.m. 13 minutes until overtime penalties. Karen Wellington steadied her phone with manicured fingers, live streaming his surrender. The medicine in his hand, levetiracetam, pediatric dose, was melting in the rain. Through her foyer, a child's seizure alert beeped. Ignored. "I don't feel safe," Karen whispered to her audience, stepping back theatrically. Marcus knew this script. The concerned citizen. The dangerous black man. The inevitable ending. These weren't just black stories or touching stories anymore. They were real-life stories engineered for viral fame. His phone buzzed. "Dad, they're calling my name for stage." Aisha's recital. The one he'd promised nothing would make him miss. Have you ever become someone else's content while your life falls apart? Marcus had driven this route since February. 3 months. 91 days. Each morning, he passed his Wharton MBA in the hallway. Director of Operations, Cloud Vault Technologies, until the restructuring. 73 black employees dismissed. 8 Asian, 3 white. The lawsuit was pending. Now, FedEx contractor. $127 per day before gas. Maya's surgery bills, $47,000 after insurance. Aisha's violin teacher, $200 weekly. The scholarship audition that could change everything, 9 days away. Their savings, depleted. Pride was a privilege he'd surrendered at the unemployment office. Package 47 should have been routine. The Wellington mansion squatted on 2 acres, marble lions flanking the driveway. He'd delivered here 12 times. Today felt different. The medical package trembled in his hands, not from weight, but recognition. Levetiracetam. Aisha's medication. He knew the purple stripe on the box, the pharmacy's refrigeration warning, the insurance deadline printed in red. Must process by 5 p.m. or claim denied. 4:49 p.m. now. Karen Wellington materialized behind her glass door before his finger touched the bell. She'd been watching, waiting, her phone already recording through the window. "Yes?" Through the intercom, not opening the door. "Medical delivery, ma'am. Requires signature. Leave it. Can't. Controlled medication. Federal law requires." The door opened 6 inches. Chain still on. Karen's phone emerged first, then her face. Botox frozen forehead. Predator eyes. "I didn't order anything." Marcus held up the package, label facing her. Emma Wellington. Prescription delivery. Inside, a sound began. Soft beeping. Rhythmic. Accelerating. His stomach dropped. Seizure warning monitor. Aisha's made that sound last month. 5 minutes from alert to crisis. Sometimes less. "Anyone can print a label," Karen said louder. For her audience, the live stream hearts floating up her screen. "How do I know you're legitimate?" Marcus displayed his FedEx ID scanner, pointed to the truck. Official plates. Corporate number on the side. She wasn't looking. She was reading comments. "Girl, he's suspicious, AF. Call 911 now. Protect yourself, queen." The beeping intensified. 4 beeps. Pause. 4 beeps. Stage 2, warning. "Ma'am, that sound your daughter's monitor. She needs this medication. If you'll just... Don't you tell me about my daughter." Volume spiking. Performance mode. The voice white women used before violence happened. "You're refusing to leave." He's refusing to leave my property. 1,847 viewers now. The number climbing like a slot machine. Marcus set the package down gently. Muscle memory from corporate days, de-escalate, document, disengage. But the beeping, getting faster. I'm stepping back, he announced clearly. Witnesses. Always need witnesses. Medicine is on your porch. Needs refrigeration in 8 minutes or it degrades. He's threatening me, Karen narrated to her phone. Said something will happen in 8 minutes. 3,292 viewers. His phone vibrated. Aisha's face on the screen. He couldn't answer. Not now. Then Maya's text. Her teacher says she's next. 15 minutes. The security SUV skidded into the driveway. Allied protection. Marcus recognized the guard. Tommy Brennan. They'd talked basketball 2 weeks ago. Today, Tommy's hand went straight to his taser. He won't leave, Karen called out. I'm terrified. Terrified. The magic word. The legal word. The word that transformed everything. Just delivering medicine, Marcus said, hands visible. Always hands visible. Her daughter needs... Sir, stop talking. Tommy's voice different. Camera voice. Move to your vehicle. The medicine, now. Inside, the beeping stopped. Silence meant stage 3. Active seizure imminent. A shadow behind Karen. The nanny, Sophia. 20-something Guatemala City accent. Marcus had heard her speaking to Emma before. Saw her eyes widen at the package. Señora, es la medicina de Emma. The levetiracetam. English, Sophia, Karen snapped. Karen, and get back inside. But Emma, she's starting to... Now. Sophia's face crumpled. She understood. They both understood. Emma was entering seizure state while her mother performed for strangers. 8,455 viewers. Marcus's phone rang. His supervisor. Third call. Answer or termination. Thompson, where the hell are you? Wellington delivery. Situation. I don't care if the house is on fire. You have 6 minutes before overtime. There's a child, 6 minutes, line dead. His delivery app flashed red. $50 penalty in 547. $100 at 10 minutes late. Termination at 15. Tommy's radio crackled. Unit 47, what's your 20? Willowbrook Estates, possible 415. Requesting backup. Disturbance, not delivery, not medicine. Disturbance. 2 units en route. ETA 90 seconds. 90 seconds until real police, real guns, real statistics. Marcus looked at the package. Water seeping through cardboard. Purple pharmacy seal bleeding. Inside that house, a little girl starting to convulse. Her medicine 5 feet away. Her mother farming her crisis for content. 15,789 viewers. His phone buzzed. Aisha again. Photo from backstage. Her rental violin, too big for her hands. Caption, Dad, you promised. He had. After missing her winter recital for a board meeting about projections that never mattered. After choosing workplace politics over her piano concert. After every next time, baby girl. No more next times at $127 a day. But Emma Wellington was 8 years old. Same as Aisha. Same medication. Same window before brain damage. 4:53 p.m. Choose. The job or the child. The promise or the principle. Survival or conscience. Blue lights flashing up the street. Marcus reached for the medicine. Marcus's fingers touched the soaked package as the first cruiser's tires shrieked against wet asphalt. Officer Derek Walsh, 34, tactical vest, Oakley sunglasses despite the rain. His hand moved to his weapon before his feet hit pavement. "Step away from the package." "Now." Marcus raised both hands, medicine visible. The motion looked like reaching. Walsh's gun cleared leather. "He's got something!" Walsh shouted to nobody. To everybody. To the camera. The package hit concrete. Cardboard erupted. Pills scattered like dice across expensive brick. $3,000 in medication bouncing toward storm drains. "He's destroying property," Karen narrated. 31,445 viewers. Comments cascading. "Shoot him. Call SWAT." "Where's Child Protective Services? Wait, is that really medicine?" From inside, rhythmic thuds, skull against marble. Sophia screaming, "She's biting her tongue! There's blood." Marcus's body knew before his mind. Tonic-clonic seizure. Second phase. Emma's brain misfiring 40 times per second. Each second meant neurons dying. "Officer, that's epilepsy medication." The child, "Hands behind your back. Please, just look at the label." Walsh's knee hit Marcus's spine. Pavement rushed up. His cheek pressed into brick. Rainwater flooding his mouth. Tasted like copper. Like defeat. Rodriguez, Walsh's rookie partner, knelt near the scattered pills. "Jesus, Derek, this really is medicine. CVS label. The kid's name, don't touch evidence." "Evidence of what? Delivering packages?" "You questioning me, rookie?" 2 more cruisers. 4 additional officers. 6 cops now. 1 delivery driver. Democracy's arithmetic. Karen updated her stream title. "Armed Standoff. Pray for Emma." Armed. Marcus in short sleeves. No weapons. No pockets deep enough to hide anything but resignation. 58,224 viewers. A Ram 2,500 jumped the curb. Robert Pemberton, HOA president, still in golf attire. He'd abandoned the 18th hole for this. "Saw your stream, Karen." The whole club did. Then louder, for cameras. "We've documented 17 complaints about suspicious deliveries." 17. Marcus had made exactly 12 deliveries here. Math was negotiable now. "That's a lie," Marcus said into pavement. Walsh's knee pressed harder. "Nobody asked you." Marcus's phone vibrated against concrete. Aisha's photo flashing. Her pre-performance ritual always called him for luck. He couldn't reach it. Couldn't explain. Couldn't be what he'd promised. "Run his license," Walsh commanded. The computer would find nothing. An expired parking ticket. The college protest sit-in for janitor wages. Charges dropped. But algorithms don't note context. "He has a record," Karen announced, seeing nothing but knowing everything her audience needed. 89,341 viewers. Officer Chen arrived. Senior sergeant, 15 years on force. Marcus recognized him from before when Marcus wore suits, attended charity galas, pretended the system worked. Situation report. Walsh, eager, breathless. Black male, aggressive behavior, destroying property, resisting arrest. Chen studied the scene. Marcus face down. Medicine dissolving. Child's screams escalating. "What's the actual crime, Walsh?" "Trespassing. Assault." "Assault?" She felt threatened. Chen's expression shifted. Microscopic. But Marcus saw it. The exhaustion of watching this replay. Again, always. Mr. Thompson? Marcus turned his head, cheek still pressed down. Yes. Cloud Vault Technologies. You testified about the layoffs. 73 black employees. Yes. Thought I recognized you. Chen turned to Walsh. Let him up. But, Sergeant, now. Marcus rose slowly, knees screaming, uniform torn, dignity somehow intact. The door exploded open. Sophia carrying Emma. The child's body, wrong arms contracted, legs extended, neck arched back. Decerebrate posturing. Marcus's stomach dropped. Late-stage seizure. Brainstem involvement. Hospital! Now! Where's medicine? Everyone looked down. Pills like scattered stars in dirty water. The purple box crushed, label bleeding ink. Karen lowered her phone. First time. What's happening to her? Dying! Sophia screamed. Your daughter! Dying! Necesita medicina ahora. Marcus dropped, gathering pills, counting, 4 dry. Maybe 5. Not enough for full dose. Maybe enough to stop the cascade. Don't touch those, Walsh commanded. 200 milligrams, Marcus spoke fast, to Sophia. Sublingual, under tongue. She needs 2 pills minimum her weight. Stop talking, Walsh stepped forward. Chen blocked him. Rodriguez, call paramedics, code 3. No time, Sophia sobbed. Emma's lips were blue. That specific shade Marcus recognized. Aisha had turned that color once, the longest 3 minutes of his life until the medicine worked. 147,892 viewers. The comments had fractured. Give the medicine! Don't trust him! Where's the ambulance? This is murder! Save the baby! Let him help! Karen, you're killing her! Marcus held the pills toward Sophia. Karen stood between them. We don't know what those are. Your daughter is dying, Chen said flatly. Choose. But he could have. Emma's body went limp, the seizure ending. Not because it was over, because her brain had exhausted itself. Status epilepticus. The quiet before catastrophic. Sophia pushed past Karen, forced Emma's mouth open, placed pills under the still tongue, held the jaw closed, counted. 1, 2, 3. Marcus watched Emma's face, memorizing, in case he needed to testify, in case this became evidence, in case this was how another father lost everything. His phone buzzed. Text from his old colleague. Check the news. Cloud Vault. Then another. FBI raided the offices. Another. They're looking for you. 246,778 viewers. Emma's breathing stuttered. Stuttered again. It's working, Sophia whispered. Then louder. It's working! Color returned in stages. Blue to gray, to pale, to pink. The resurrection Marcus had witnessed with Aisha. The miracle of modern medicine when it wasn't scattered on pavement. Karen stood frozen, phone still streaming, audience turning. Racist Karen almost killed her kid. Someone call CPS now. This is attempted murder. Save that baby from her mother. Chen surveyed the wreckage. Medicine, child, career. Truth spread across wet brick like crime scene evidence. Mr. Thompson, you need to go. But the report, there's no report, just a delivery. That went wrong, then right. Chen looked at Walsh. Correct, officer? Walsh's jaw worked. Sergeant, she said. I know what she said. I also know what happened. Mr. Thompson delivered medicine. It was refused. Child had emergency. Medicine was administered. End of incident. Marcus stood. Uniform destroyed. Job certainly terminated, but alive. Free. His phone rang. Unknown number. He almost declined. Then saw the full text preview. Mr. Thompson, this is Special Agent Sarah Chen, FBI. We need to discuss your Cloud Vault testimony. You may be in danger. The real story hadn't even started. Marcus stood by his FedEx truck, rain mixing with sweat. 5:09 p.m. Termination certain. His phone vibrated with a text he'd been dreading for 3 months. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. Senate Labor Committee. Subpoena enclosed. Not FBI. Not protection. A subpoena. The legal system's way of saying, testify or face prison. Behind him, the Wellington house erupted in chaos. EMTs working on Emma. Karen screaming at police about lawsuits. But through the noise, Marcus heard car doors. Soft, deliberate. Not emergency vehicles. A black town car. Then another. Then 3 more. Thomas Wellington stepped out of the first one. Cloud Vault's general counsel. The man who'd engineered Marcus's termination. Who'd signed the papers firing 73 black employees. Who'd sold H-1B visas like baseball cards. Their eyes met. Wellington smiled. The smile of a man who'd already won. Mr. Thompson. Wellington approached slowly, lawyers flanking him like bodyguards. Unfortunate situation with my wife. Misunderstandings happen. Your daughter almost died. But she didn't. Thanks to you. I'm grateful. Wellington stepped closer, close enough that Marcus smelled his cologne. Creed Aventus. $445 a bottle. I understand you're having employment difficulties. You made sure of that. The industry is small. Word travels. But I could help. A phone call. Maybe to Amazon. Senior position. 300,000 base. Stock options. All you need to do is forget. Forget what? Whatever you think you remember about Cloud Vault. Whatever documents you think you have. Whatever testimony you think you're giving tomorrow. Marcus's phone recorded everything. Old habit from corporate days. Document every conversation, every threat. Are you threatening me, Mr. Wellington? I'm offering you a future. Alternative is uncertain. Like Janet Williams' future. Wellington's smile flickered. Janet had diabetes, tragic condition, especially without insurance. Insurance you took away. The market took it away. Efficiency, optimization, evolution. A second town car's window lowered. Morrison, Cloud Vault's CEO, on a conference call, loud enough to be intentional. Yes, Senator. Of course we'll cooperate fully. Minor misunderstanding. Rogue employee making false accusations. You know how they get. The word hung between raindrops. Marcus's phone buzzed. Aisha texting. Dad, I finished. We got second place. Where are you? Second place. She'd performed without him. Another milestone missed. Another sacrifice to other people's greed. Mr. Thompson, Wellington continued, you have a daughter. 8 years old. Gifted program at Riverside Elementary. Violin lessons with Miss Chen on Tuesdays. Maya, your wife, still recovering from surgery at Cedar Medical. Room 308. Dr. Patel attending. Each detail a threat wrapped in research. I know things too, Marcus said quietly. Offshore accounts. 17 million in visa kickbacks. Cayman Islands. account ending in 7749. Your daughter Emma's college fund built on trafficking money. Wellington stepped back. Recording of you on March 3rd. Conference room C. Quote, fire the blacks first. They complain less than the Asians. End quote. You're lying. Marcus pulled out his personal phone, not the FedEx one. The iPhone 13 Pro he'd kept from executive days. Played 8 seconds of audio. Wellington's voice crystal clear. Fire the blacks first. Deepfake, Wellington said, but his voice cracked. Metadata intact. Time-stamped. Cloud-backed. 3 copies with 3 different lawyers. 1 copy with... Marcus paused, smiled. Someone you'll meet tomorrow. The rain intensified. The cameras, ring, phones, body cams kept recording. But they couldn't capture the real violence, the quiet terrorism of powerful men protecting profit. 1 million, Wellington said. Cash, tonight. No. 5 million. Janet Williams is dead. Everyone dies. The question is how they live before, and how their families live after. Another text from Aisha. Mom says you're doing something important. More important than recital. More important. How do you weigh justice against jazz recitals? Revolution against violin solos? Marcus noticed movement. Residents gathering. Phones out. But not filming him. Filming Wellington. Someone had identified him. Posted to the live stream. The comments exploding. That's the Cloud Vault executive. He fired my cousin, visa trafficker. He's threatening the delivery driver. Wellington saw the phones, the witnesses, the collapse of controlled narrative. We're not finished, he said, retreating to his town car. Actually, we are. The cars pulled away. Marcus stood alone, fired, threatened, committed. His phone rang, unknown number. He almost ignored it, then recognized the prefix, 202-324, FBI, but not protection, not Agent Chen. A different voice, male, tired, southern accent barely suppressed. Mr. Thompson? Deputy Director Mitchell, we have a problem. I'm testifying tomorrow. That's the problem. Morrison's plane left for Dubai an hour ago. Non-extradition. Wellington's flying to Switzerland tonight. They knew about the subpoena before you did. How? Someone leaked. Senate committee, DOJ, doesn't matter. Point is, your testimony hits empty chairs tomorrow. So it's over. Not quite. If you testify publicly on record, their assets get frozen. Can't access money from exile. 40 million in accounts we've identified. Plus properties. Investments. Their families become pariahs. But they stay free. Freedom's relative. Rich exile is still exile. But here's the thing. They're scared of you. Scared enough to run. Which means what you have is real. Real enough to destroy them. Marcus looked at his FedEx truck. The scanner still logged in. 3 more packages undelivered. Hopkins Road, Maple Avenue, Cherry Lane. Ordinary addresses. Ordinary people. Waiting for ordinary deliveries from an extraordinary failure. There's more, Mitchell continued. The other executives. The ones who didn't run. They're turning state's evidence. Blaming Morrison and Wellington for everything. Your testimony determines who gets believed. Why should I care? Janet's still dead. Because the 73 families get restitution. Full benefits reinstated. Back pay with interest. Priority hiring at any federal contractor. Your testimony makes that happen. Marcus thought of them. The 73. Engineers, Analysts, managers, parents, dreamers, disposed of like defective inventory. I need protection. For my family. Can't do it. Budget constraints. Best I can offer is local police patrol. Local police just held me at gunpoint for delivering medicine. I know. I'm sorry. Democracy's imperfect. Democracy's a luxury for people who survive it. Mitchell paused. When he spoke again, his accent slipped through. My daddy drove trucks. 30 years. Got pulled over so often he kept his license taped to the steering wheel. Died at 58. Heart gave out from the stress. I became FBI to change things. 30 years later, still trying. Tomorrow, you get to actually do it. Or die trying. Maybe. But definitely die if you don't. Wellington's connections run deep. Accidents happen. But public testimony? Under oath? With cameras? That's armor. Imperfect. But armor. Marcus made his decision. The same one he'd made at Cloud Vault when he recorded those meetings. The same one he'd made today when he chose Emma's medicine over his job. The only decision that let him look at Aisha without shame. I'll be there. Good. And Thompson? That recording of Wellington. The March 3rd meeting. Upload it tonight. Every platform. Make it impossible to deny. That's evidence. That's insurance. Evidence only matters if you live to present it. The call ended. Marcus stood in the rain, unemployed and hunted, holding proof of crimes that paid for colleges and killed colleagues. His phone buzzed. One more text. Maya. Aisha wants you to know she understands. Says heroes don't always make it to recitals. Sometimes they're busy saving the world. 8 years old. Already understanding what Marcus was still learning. That justice isn't a job. It's a calling that costs everything. Senate Heart Building. 8:47 a.m. Marcus entered through the loading dock. 3 death threats overnight made the main entrance impossible. His suit, the termination meeting suit, still smelled like rain from yesterday. Room 216 hummed with pre-hearing chaos. C-SPAN adjusting cameras. Reporters checking phones. The gallery packed with Cloud Vault shareholders, not families. The 73 couldn't afford to miss work. Mr. Thompson. Senator Richard Williams intercepted him outside. Texas drawl thick as oil. Minute of your time? Williams's office. Bourbon at 9 a.m. Portrait of Reagan. Confederate flag paperweight disguised as heritage. Hell of a recording, Williams said. Wellington drunk, obviously. 2 in the afternoon, stone sober. Voice synthesis getting scary good these days. 17 witnesses will testify they heard it live. Williams poured another bourbon. Morrison's in Dubai. Wellington's in Switzerland. Empty chairs don't make good defendants. They're here? Were. Flew out at dawn. Private jets. Your little recording spooked them. Marcus felt the ground shift. Without Morrison and Wellington, his testimony hit air. But you're still here, Williams continued. Unemployed. Desperate. I could help. One phone call. Amazon. Apple. Google. Name it. In exchange for? Confusion. Memory gaps. Uncertainty about dates. Who said what? When? Why, Janet Williams is dead. No relation, before you ask. Common name. Her son sent me this. Marcus showed his phone. A photo. Janet's funeral. 11 people. That's all she had left. He wants to know why his mom had to die. Williams shrugged. Life's unfair, but yours doesn't have to be. The door opened. Senator Elizabeth Harrison entered with someone unexpected. Aisha, Marcus's daughter, in her recital dress, violin case in hand. "Daddy!" "What? How?" "Mrs. Harrison brought me," Aisha said. "Mom said it was important." Harrison's face was stone. "Williams, you're done. Marcus, they were going to take her. Wellington's people. We intercepted them outside her school. This, it is witness intimidation." Williams stood. "Liz, that's a serious accusation." "Sit down, Dick. I have the attempted kidnapping on school security footage." Marcus knelt, hugging Aisha. She whispered, "Are you okay, Daddy?" "Are you?" "Scared, but Mrs. Harrison said you're a hero." "Heroes don't lose their jobs, baby. Maybe they do. Maybe that's what makes them heroes." 8 years old. Already understanding. The hearing room had transformed. The shareholders fled when news of the attempted kidnapping broke, replaced by the 73 families who'd rushed here. Janet's son in the front row. "State your name," Harrison began, after swearing Marcus in. "Marcus Thompson, terminated VP of Operations, Cloud Vault Technologies." "Mr. Thompson, before we discuss Cloud Vault, this morning's incident," Williams interrupted. "Alleged incident." "I have video," Harrison snapped. She played it on the room's screens. 2 men approaching Aisha, trying to guide her to a van. School security intervening. The room gasped. "Mr. Thompson," Harrison continued, "do you know why someone would target your daughter?" "To silence me." "Thomas Wellington knew I had this." Marcus held up a drive. 3 terabytes of evidence. Cloud Vault didn't just sell visas. They created a blueprint. Sold it to 14 companies. The Minority Replacement Protocol. "Objection!" Hutchinson, Cloud Vault's lawyer, stood. "That's inflammatory. That's what Morrison called it." Marcus pulled out a printed email. His words: "The Minority Replacement Protocol will generate $500,000 per visa while solving our diversity problem." Cameras clicked like automatic weapons. "Mr. Thompson," Williams tried again, "you're clearly emotional." "Janet Williams, no relation, as you noted, sent me this before she died." Marcus read from his phone. "Marcus, when I'm gone, promise you'll finish this. My son needs to know his mother died fighting." Marcus looked at Janet's son. "She died fighting. Diabetes killed her body. Cloud Vault killed her hope, but she documented everything. Every meeting, every threat, every crime." He pulled out more papers. "She recorded Morrison saying, 'If the diabetic dies, we avoid years of insurance costs.' Wellington responding, 'Make sure she doesn't qualify for COBRA.' Morrison again, 'Williams in the Senate will protect us. We own him.'" Every camera turned to Williams. That's fabricated." "Then why did Morrison wire $3 million to your PAC 2 days later?" Marcus showed the bank records. Exhibit F. Williams stood to leave. Capitol Police blocked him. "Senator, please remain. You're now a witness." The hearing descended into controlled chaos. Marcus presented everything: visa sale receipts, termination lists sorted by race, the blacklist database shared between companies, each revelation building on the last. "Mr. Thompson," Harrison asked, "Cloud Vault claims these were performance-based terminations. Janet Williams had 17 commendations. Jerome Davis held 12 patents. Sarah Chen graduated MIT summa cum laude. Performance wasn't the issue. Pigmentation was." "That's a serious accusation." Here's Wellington's email to HR. Quote, "Too many dark faces in leadership photos. Fix it." Unquote. Hutchinson stood again. Mr. Thompson's clearly disgruntled. I'm disgusted. There's a difference. Disgruntled is emotion. Disgusted is ethics. Marcus's phone buzzed. Text from Maya. They tried to enter our apartment. Police stopped them. We're safe. Wellington, even from Switzerland, reaching out to hurt. Mr. Thompson, a Republican senator from Georgia, asked, What's your endgame? Money? Justice. Be specific. Full restitution for the 73 families, back pay plus interest, medical coverage, retroactive to termination. Criminal prosecution for Morrison and Wellington, even if they fled. Asset forfeiture. And... Marcus paused. Cloud Vault broken up. Sold. Proceeds funding a foundation for workplace discrimination victims. That's corporate death penalty. Janet Williams got actual death penalty for being black, and diabetic, and brave. The room went silent. Marcus continued, Every company that participated in the blacklist should face RICO charges. This was organized crime. Just white collar, white skin. Harrison pulled up her tablet. I have here 14 companies confirming they received Cloud Vault's blacklist. All refused to hire the 73. That's conspiracy, someone in the gallery shouted. That's America, Marcus responded. But it doesn't have to be. His phone rang. Unknown international number. He declined. It rang again. Harrison nodded. Answer it. On speaker. Marcus? Morrison's voice, calling from Dubai. This is unnecessary. We can resolve this privately. Like you resolved Janet privately? That was unfortunate. That was murder. I'm offering $50 million. Split among the 73. Not enough. $100 million. Janet's still dead. Everyone dies, Marcus. But not everyone dies rich. Take the money. Marcus looked at Aisha in the gallery, at Janet's son, at the 73 families. Morrison, you're on speaker. In the Senate. On CSPAN. You just admitted guilt. The line went dead. The hearing continued 2 more hours. Marcus submitted everything. The complete blueprint for corporate ethnic cleansing. The financial models treating humans as commodities. The political contributions buying protection. By noon, trading on Cloud Vault stock was halted. By 1 p.m., the Justice Department announced RICO investigations into 14 companies. By 2 p.m., Williams resigned from the committee. Marcus walked out exhausted, unemployed, unbowed. The 73 families waited outside, not celebrating, mourning. Janet should have been there. Her son approached, handed Marcus a note. Janet's handwriting. If you're reading this, I'm gone. But you're not. Fight for us. Fight for them. Fight for the ones who can't. Marcus held his daughter's hand. They walked past the cameras, past the questions, past the job he'd never have again, toward something better than employment, toward justice. 3 months later, Marcus delivered packages in the rain. Same route, minus Willowbrook. Banned for life after the incident. FedEx kept him on barely. Too famous to fire, too radioactive to promote. $127 a day. $2,540 a month after gas. Rent was $2,100. His phone buzzed. CNN alert. Wellington arrested in Switzerland. 2-line story. Already buried under celebrity news. The arrest meant nothing. Switzerland to minimum security. 3 years max. Good behavior parole in 18 months. Wellington's lawyers cost more daily than Marcus made monthly. Morrison never fled. Stayed, fought, won. Jury found insufficient evidence of intent. His new venture already had funding. The system protected its own by occasionally sacrificing its sloppiest. Marcus delivered to Riverside Gardens. Janet Williams's mother lived there now, raising David. The house smelled like grief and government cheese. Package Mrs. Williams. She aged 10 years in 6 months. David, too, 13, going on 40. Mr. Thompson, come in, please. The walls held Janet's photos, her degree, her Cloud Vault ID badge kept like a medal from a lost war. David has something for you. The boy handed him an envelope. Janet's handwriting, dated 2 days before she died. Marcus, they win by making us disappear. First from payroll, then from memory. Don't let them forget us. Every package you deliver proves we existed. Every signature says we mattered. Keep delivering truth. Marcus cried in his truck afterward. First time since the hearings. The reforms came wrapped in compromise. The Workplace Dignity Act, 7 pages of protections, 70 pages of loopholes. Companies had to report demographic firing data, but only if they had over 500 employees. Cloud Vault's successors all had 499. The 73 families got settlements, not $47 million. $4.7 million total, minus legal fees, minus taxes, minus the dignity tax, what America charges for justice. Each family received $31,000 after everything. Janet's son got $62,000 death benefit double. Enough for state college, not enough for healing. Marcus remained unemployable in tech. The blacklist was illegal now, but hiring was cultural fit. He didn't fit any culture that mattered to money. FedEx installed panic buttons in trucks. The Marcus Protocol, they called it privately. Publicly, it was the Driver Safety Initiative, his name erased from his own victory. Karen Wellington divorced Thomas, kept the house, kept the money, kept performing. Her apology video got 10 million views. Her comeback story, From Hatred to Healing, sold to Netflix. She profited from her prejudice by performing penance. Emma Wellington had another seizure. Insurance denied the new medication. Too experimental. Karen crowdfunded, mentioning Marcus in the campaign. Used his trauma for her GoFundMe. Raised $500,000. She sent him a check for $5,000. Your share, she wrote. He sent it to David Williams. The real reforms were smaller, quieter. Delivery drivers nodded at each other now. Shared information. Avoid 247 Maple. They're looking for content. Recording at Elm Street. Keep everything visible. A underground network. Not revolutionary. Just protective. Maya found work. Call center. Graveyard shift. Her surgery recovery complicated by stress. Chronic pain now. Another invisible tax on visible resistance. Aisha's scholarship came through partial. She'd play violin at State University. Not Juilliard. Not even close. But something. I'm proud of you, Daddy, she said after her recital, the one he finally attended. You did the right thing. Right thing cost everything, baby. Wrong thing would have cost more. 13 now. Understanding too much too soon. During Wellington's sentencing, reduced to 7 years, the judge said, Mr. Wellington, you treated humans as commodities. The market will recover. The families won't. Wellington smirked. His prison club fed. Tennis courts. Conjugal visits. business consulting from behind bars. Morrison launched ethical hiring solutions. Same business, better branding. Senator Williams joined the board after his resignation. The circle of power, unbroken. Marcus delivered packages through it all. Some customers recognized him. Most didn't. Fame expires faster than milk. "You're that guy," someone said once. "The whistleblower." "I'm the delivery driver." Same thing? No. Whistleblower was temporary. Delivery driver is permanent. 1 year after the testimony, Harvard Business Review published The Thompson Case, a study in Pyrrhic victory. Pyrrhic. Victory so costly it's indistinguishable from defeat. Marcus had won. The 73 had won. Janet's memory had won. But winning and surviving were different currencies. And only one paid rent. 2 years later. 4:47 a.m. Marcus loaded packages in darkness. Same time Emma Wellington almost died. Time was a circle when you're poor. His phone lit up. David Williams, MIT freshman. "Mom visited me in a dream. Said to thank the delivery man." "That's you, Mr. Marcus." Marcus sat in his truck, heat broken, breath visible. Janet's son at MIT. Her ghost studying through him. The Thompson case was taught at Harvard Law. The whistleblower who lost everything to change something. Students debated his choices. None knew he qualified for Medicaid. That evening, Aisha played violin at a wedding. Side gig. $200 cash. She handed Marcus $150. "For groceries, Dad." "That's yours?" "No. It's ours. Like your testimony was. 15. Working weekends. Childhood another casualty of conscience." His phone buzzed. LinkedIn notification. Thomas Wellington started a new position. Prison consultant. Even behind bars, Wellington earned more than Marcus. Advising inmates on corporate crimes. $500 per hour. The system didn't punish power. It relocated it. Morrison's new company went public. IPO raised $800 million. Senator Williams on the board. Karen Wellington rang the opening bell. Her memoir, Unlearning Hate, hit bestseller lists. Everyone profited from Marcus's pain except Marcus. A package signature stopped him cold. Janet Williams. Different Janet. Random customer. But the name hit like a phantom limb aching. "You okay?" the customer asked. "Yeah, just someone I knew had that name." Common name. Uncommon person. His last delivery. Apartment 308. Young black woman answered. Tech company lanyard. Eyes red from crying. "Rough day?" Marcus asked. "Got fired. Whole team did. 23 of us. All black and brown. They're replacing us with contractors from overseas." Marcus pulled out a worn business card. The 73 Foundation. His evening volunteer work. "Call tonight. We can't save your job, but we can make them bleed for taking it." You're him, the FedEx whistleblower. I'm proof that winning and surviving are different currencies. Was it worth it? Marcus thought of David at MIT, of panic buttons in every delivery truck, of the Thompson Act, weak but existing, of Janet's last insulin injection, stretched to last 3 days instead of 1. "Ask me when I'm dead." She took the card. Another fighter recruited. Another cycle starting. Marcus drove home. $127 a day. Minus $40 gas. Minus soul. Plus purpose. Maya waited with dinner. Ramen. Again. Aisha studying. Full scholarship maintaining itself through exhaustion. They survived in the gap between justice and rent. His phone rang. Unknown number. He answered from habit. "Mr. Thompson? I'm calling from the Nobel Committee." He hung up. Scam calls getting creative. It rang again. Same number. He blocked it. Delivered packages. Delivered truth. Delivered himself daily to a system that consumed courage and excreted poverty. But tomorrow, another 23 would be fired. Would find his card. Would fight. The delivery continued. Have you ever seen your delivery driver's eyes? Really seen them? That exhaustion isn't from packages. It's from carrying dreams deferred, degrees denied, dignity defended daily against a system designed to break them. These black stories are real-life stories. These touching stories touch nerves because they're life stories lived while you wait for your prime delivery. Comment below. What injustice have you witnessed but stayed silent about? Share this story before algorithms bury it under ads for things you don't need. Subscribe. Next week, the janitor who owned the building. Your delivery driver might be a fallen executive. Your Uber driver, a blacklisted engineer. Your barista, a whistleblower. Look at them. See them. Fight for them. Because Marcus Thompson delivered your packages and justice. The least you can deliver is recognition.